Attention passionate Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Pittsburgh Steelers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Pittsburgh Steelers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Pittsburgh Steelers fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. You don't need me to tell you that the AFC North is one of the most fiercely contested divisions in the NFL. It's a division where every team is fighting tooth and nail, where rivalries run deep, and where a single move can shift the entire landscape. And right now, we're witnessing something truly explosive, something that could redefine the Steelers' future and shake up the entire division. Rumors are swirling, and the NFL community is on edge because a blockbuster trade is reportedly in the works involving the Tennessee Titans, and it has the potential to be one of those moves that fans will talk about for years to come. The Titans, currently sitting at a dismal 1-5 record, are clearly in rebuild mode. Their defense, which used to be a source of pride, has been allowing an alarming 4 points per game, making it one of the worst in the league. It's no secret that they're looking to shake things up, to clear cap space, and to get draft capital that can help them rebuild from the ground up. And it appears that they've set their sights on a guy who could be a game changer for the Steelers, Calvin Ridley. Yes, you heard that right. Rumors suggest that the Titans are preparing to send Ridley, a 30-year-old wide receiver with a proven track record of explosive plays, to Pittsburgh in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026 and a fourth-round pick in 2025. Now, this isn't just a typical trade rumor. This is a statement move, a clear signal that the Titans are prioritizing cap relief and draft capital over immediate success, recognizing that their window is closing and that they need to hit reset. The trade, if it happens, would free up around $12 million in cap space for the Titans, allowing them to extend key players like Jeffrey Simmons and bolster their rebuild efforts. But what about the Steelers? Well, Pittsburgh is in a very different situation. Sitting at 4-2, they're right in the thick of the playoff hunt, and this move could inject a shot of speed, explosiveness, and playmaking ability right into their offense. Now, let's talk about Ridley. As I mentioned, he's 30 years old, but don't let that age fool you. He's still an elite athlete, clocking a blazing 4.43 40-yard dash at his size and his career PFF grade of 85. 6 speaks volumes about his ability. In 2025, until September 15th, Ridley has already racked up 18 receptions for 264 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's an average of 14.7 yards per catch, which is impressive for a receiver who's been a consistent deep threat. His yards after the catch average of 5.8 yards per reception makes him a playmaker who can turn simple routes into big gains almost effortlessly. His catch rate of 78% shows his reliability, and his ability to force tackles, losing only about 1.5 per game, demonstrates his skill in breaking tackles and creating extra yardage. What makes Ridley even more intriguing right now is his recent history. After a suspension that kept him sidelined for a significant part of 2022, he's been eager to prove himself again, seeking stability and consistency. His peak performance came early in the 2025 season, especially in Week 2, when he posted 102 yards receiving. His ability to stretch the field and make big plays is exactly what the Steelers' offense needs, especially with the injury to D. Harris and the need for a reliable deep threat alongside Metcalf, who, as we know, has been a force for Pittsburgh. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on what Ridley could bring to the Steelers. Imagine him lining up outside, creating mismatches against some of the league's weaker defensive backs. His speed and agility, he's a true burner, combined with his ability to make yards after the catch, could turn Pittsburgh's passing game into something truly dangerous. Already his stats show that he ranks in the top 10 in separation at 3.2 yards, and he's successful against press coverage 89% of the time. That's a nightmare for defenses trying to keep up with him. For quarterback Kenny Rogers, adding Ridley means more options, more explosiveness, and a significant upgrade in the passing game's efficiency. And here's another interesting point. With Ridley coming into the fold, the Steelers' offense could see its yardage per game increase substantially. Currently, they average around 218 yards per game through the air, but with Ridley's speed and route running, that number could jump to around 265 yards. That's a huge boost, and it would open up the field for Metcalf to work even more effectively, especially on those crossing routes where Ridley excels. His presence alone would help open up the offense, making defenses think twice before stacking the box or doubling Metcalf. The scheme could become much more dynamic, especially in third-down situations where Pittsburgh has struggled at times. It's no exaggeration to say that Ridley's addition could increase the Steelers' third-down conversion rate by around 20%, turning more drives into points. Now let's talk about the broader picture. The NFL postseason is a different beast, and the Steelers are no strangers to competing at the highest level. With Ridley on board, their chances of making a deep playoff run would skyrocket. His impact in the playoffs could be even more significant, especially considering his track record of big plays and clutch catches. For the Steelers, this isn't just about adding a receiver. It's about transforming their entire offense into a more explosive, unpredictable unit. If Ridley can replicate or even come close to his 2025 form, the Steelers could become serious contenders, especially if they manage to get through the AFC bracket, which is highly competitive this year. Looking at the bigger NFL picture, the Titans' strategy is clear. They're not just giving up on a season, they're setting the stage for a rebuild that could take years. Their selection of draft picks, including the first-rounder in 2026, shows they're prioritizing future assets over immediate success. And with a quarterback like Will Levis showing some promise with a QB rating of 72, they're hoping to build around him once they upgrade their supporting cast. Yet their offensive line remains a concern, allowing an average of 3.8 sacks per game, which hampers the development of their young quarterback. Their other key receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, has been hampered by injuries, missing 3 games with a hamstring issue. That's why acquiring a player like Ridley makes sense. They need to add playmakers who can produce immediately and help them evaluate what they have for the future. But let's not forget, the odds of the Titans contending this season are now looking bleak, with Super Bowl odds plummeting from +8-0 to around +4-0. It's a clear sign that they're not expecting a deep playoff run this year, but they're building for the long term. For the Steelers, however, this trade could be a turning point. They're positioned to capitalize on the Titans' rebuild and add a piece that might just be the X factor in their quest for Super Bowl glory. Now, diving into the impact on the Steelers' defense and special teams, it's worth noting that adding Ridley is not just about the offense. It's about creating a balanced attack that keeps defenses honest. With Metcalf drawing attention and Ridley stretching the field, defenses will be forced to pick their poison. That'll open up running lanes for Harris, who averages about 4.1 yards per carry, and give Rodgers more room to operate. The scheme's efficiency could improve by around 16%, making this not just a move for the present, but a strategic step toward sustained success. And what about the playoff implications? Well, based on current projections, if this trade goes through and Ridley performs at his best, the Steelers could see an increase of around 8 wins over their current schedule. That would elevate them from a wild-card team to a strong divisional contender, perhaps even challenging the top teams in the AFC. The odds of winning the Super Bowl would improve significantly, from +8-0 to a more respectable +4-0. Ridley could be the difference maker, especially in the postseason where individual plays often determine a team's fate. His ability to force defenses to adjust and make big plays could push Pittsburgh over the edge, turning their playoff dreams into reality. In conclusion, folks, what we're seeing here is the beginning of a new era for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This potential trade isn't just a move to fill a roster spot. It's a statement that they're serious about contending now and in the future. Ridley, with his speed, reliability, and big play ability, could be the spark that ignites a Steelers offense that's already looking promising. Meanwhile, the Titans' rebuild continues, and their strategy of stockpiling draft picks and cap space shows they're playing the long game. But for Steelers fans, this is exciting. It's the kind of move that makes you believe in a deep playoff run, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. And now, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? How do you see Ridley fitting into the team's plans? Do you believe he can be the missing piece that pushes Pittsburgh over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Pittsburgh Steelers news. This is your go-to channel for all things black and gold, and we're just getting started. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the faith and let's go Steelers.